Welcome, welcome. I've got a real treat for you today, especially if you're intrigued by the idea of finding fulfillment in a future shaped by your own imagination. Today's episode is titled The Illusion of Arriving. Toddlers have no concept of the future or of goals. They are in the here and now with everything they do. They forget about time and everything around them when they're building a sandcastle, and they continue until it is done or as long as it remains fun for them. But before long, the offspring is torn out of the stress-free zen state by its parents. With the introduction of Santa Claus, a little patience is required. To nurture the child's anticipation, a list of wishes is drawn up, marking the first written record of goals and hopes for the future. First on the list this year is a PlayStation. Every day, the youngster reminds his parents that if he gets this from Santa, not only will his life have meaning, but he will also have no further wishes for the rest of his life. However, a year later, contrary to his promises, Santa Claus receives a new wish list. A little dog would finally give life a meaning, and yes, if he got it, he would be completely wish-free. Santa takes one look at the dusty PlayStation and sighs at the thought of the self-fulfilling prophecy that next Christmas he will have to walk the dog in all weathers while the child makes a new wish list in the warm living room. Humans have a special gift for making their satisfaction dependent on things and events that will happen in the future. We are under the illusion that our lives will be perfect when certain events happen, such as meeting the dream partner, owning the luxury car parked in front of the two-story house, or having a specific amount of money in the bank account. In these moments, we pat ourselves on the back proudly. Our own ego is satisfied, and we feel like a somebody rather than a nobody. However, this is deceptive. Like a child, the enthusiasm quickly fades, and the moments of complete bliss fizzle out faster than we think. Our once fit dream partner may start spending evenings at McDonald's instead of the gym. Our dream car, the Model X, loses its excitement when our neighbor starts driving the new Model Y. And the bank balance we thought would bring us joy becomes less exciting when George from the marketing department, who went all in a meme stock, shows off his bank statement. Damn, we haven't arrived yet again. Life is never complete. We are always somehow dissatisfied, always feeling that something is missing, and we take for granted what we already have. After a short break, a sip from the whiskey bottle and a cheat meal, we feel the need to conquer new peaks, getting back on the hamster wheel of the system with new plans and goals. For the majority of humanity, these plans revolve around financial and materialistic goals, striving to keep up with others and fulfill society's expectations and norms. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Is a standard interview question for job interviews. I don't know, but I hope I'm still alive would be my answer. To the hiring manager, even if I had all the qualifications for the job, my honest answer certainly wouldn't be enough to get me hired. In order to increase my chances to get a job, I would have to tell him stories of visions, goals, and precisely worked out life plans. Neither I nor the interviewer really knows whether all of them will come to pass or none of them at all. Whether he or I will be even sitting here tomorrow. At 25, thinking about 5-year plans feels relatively relaxed. At 35, we tell ourselves there's still time. And at 45, things start to get critical. We have experienced firsthand that real life doesn't care about carefully crafted 5-year plans. The images of a perfect future fade. Many things get crossed off, and new entries are more about security thinking than pure adventure in life. The main goal now is to keep everything going, so that in 15 to 20 years we can finally break free from the hamster wheel and embrace a fun-filled life. During one of my chemotherapy sessions, I met Bob. His problem was receiving the diagnosis shortly before his retirement. The last 15 years of his everyday life were just dull. The fact that he had worked hard for so many years only for the future, barely took sick leave, and was now only struggling to survive was very bitter for him. As a result, Bob did not cope well with accepting the situation and the diagnosis. Bob did not show up for the second chemotherapy session. Do you have a 5-year plan? Why? What happens if you achieve your goals? What happens if you don't? Do you sacrifice living for the sake of working hard towards your goals, neglecting social contacts and other aspects of life? Does it bother you that you don't possess certain things? Do you ever reflect and appreciate what you already have? There are moments in life when everything is turned upside down in an instant, as many have experienced, including myself. The diagnosis of a life-threatening illness, a serious accident, or the death of a close relative are events that render all perfectly prepared goals and plans for the better future null and void. I now wake up in the morning and I have already arrived, because I'm aware that I only ever have this moment, the here and now, and chaos can enter life at any minute. I think to myself, what a great day, what can I do and want to do today? As a result, the future takes care of itself. I have no goals, no big plans, all happens as it comes. Of course, you are allowed to have wishes, especially one, good health. Do I have materialistic wishes? I have written down a few things, such as a watch, this and that, all in all a very clear and short list. Whether or not I will ever own one or more things from that wish list has absolutely no bearing on my state of mind or daily enjoyment of life. I approach every day like the first level in a video game, full of curiosity and joy. I notice that most of the other characters are in a hurry, rushing past me. They are mentally already on the third or fourth level, wanting to get this first level over with as quickly as possible, without exploring it or experiencing its beauty. Some of them always look for shortcuts to skip levels and get ahead faster. They plow through the levels in the name of their goals, clearing out everything and everyone that prevents them from moving forward. Only when they have lost enough blood in their self-inflicted battles and bear numerous scars do they finally open the door to what they believe is the final boss in the 99th level, only to realize that he has been waiting for them all along in the form of their own selves. But I have to think about the future, don't I? Of course, there are certain things to consider for the future. To take out an insurance policy, for example, that guarantees you the best medical care in the event of illness. Or to pay into a monthly savings plan, a mutual fund or something similar to financially secure yourself for the uncertain future. To close the doors when torrential rain and strong wind is forecast for the afternoon. To plan a wedding, the vacation, to build a house, business matters, the shopping list for the weekend. It is also a good place to daydream a little, to imagine how nice the vacation will be, or the wedding, the life with your partner, the round of golf, or that your own business will develop well. However, one must be careful that these dreams of the future do not turn into a fixation, where your own happiness is totally dependent on the things coming through. From my perspective, if you wake up healthy, it's already a great day. I feel that so many running around chasing something their entire life, all the while ignoring the little joys along the way. Ask yourself, what can I do today, and more importantly, what do I want to do to make this day a good one? And remember to embrace the only valid unit of time, the here and now. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to my channel for more. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions or feedback. Appreciate you. Until next time.